you look close, down there, there's Mufafa. Mufafa is the one dog in this little compound here, the Israeli restaurant, who has a name. Doesn't get much love. Sure doesn't get fed there, except if customers drop him some food, or a primary customer who takes all his meals here gives him a lot of treats from the table. To their disapproval, they're on to me and they don't approve of it. And they run him out of the restaurant. Tonight, the other dog who's attached to me, Easy, or Facile, I gave him that name, her name, that name because she attached to me so easily. It took 3 weeks, but street dogs don't do that. So they were both in the restaurant with me, and they both got shooed out. No, he was in the restaurant, he got shooed out. I brought 2 bowls with me across the street because I had a trove of kibble I had accumulated this morning. And I took it across the street to the place where we have breakfast in the morning. I've been giving the 2 of them one good solid meal a day. Well, today I said, damn it, Mufafa, your consolation prize for getting rudely run out of the restaurant is you're getting another meal. And I kind of thought Easy might turn up, and she sure did, as we were crossing the street. And so they both had a good meal. So, peripheral. He's allowed to stay in the restaurant. It's his main, a lot of the time, they let him just lay around in there. Then just decide out of the blue to run him out again. Even the 3-year-old has learned to do that. Habla fuera, outside. Habla fuera, outside. She doesn't have the mean sound in her voice, but it's a play, it's a game for her, but it still happens. So he's a hanger-on here. And I kind of am too. They really like me, and they've been awfully nice to me, and they're wishing I would stay around. They started in my first week here, and I've been here 4 weeks now, to try to match me up with the 21-year-old waitress, whose name I'm not going to use because if by chance someone were to hear that's the one word, because they're all Spanish speakers, that they would recognize. But yeah, they're saying, yeah, let's hook you up with so-and-so here. And it's not uncommon in Mexico to have a big age difference. And I've been watching the classic movie As Good As It Gets, where Jack Nicholson is no prize by any means. He is one nasty little man who gets melted by the young waitress, Helen Hunt. Now, he was a rich man, and that was the resource, one of the big resources he brought to that relationship, because he could help her. I'm not rich, but I'm also not upper class, or even upper middle class. I've gotten, over the course of my whole life, identified with working class, and after a big professional career in Asheville, North Carolina, did all frontline customer service work, cab driving, restaurant serving, and a whole lot of retail, grocery store cashier especially. And in my travels, I've identified with the workers. And everywhere I've gone, I've connected with convenience store, cashiers, restaurant servers, big trucks on the Carretera all night long, less of them over the course of the night. But where I sleep, down the road there, I'm 20 feet off the road, and those big trucks are gaining speed by that point, and they do sound like they're going to come through my camper van. Oh, there's probably Easy over there, easing over into the scene here. Let's see. How much that's Easy. Looks like Easy to me, in the shadows. Yeah, much as they love me, they're all Spanish speakers, you know? They're all Spanish speakers. I'm really left out, and they are a wonderfully close-knit 3 generational family. They all are involved in running the restaurant in one form or another, pretty much. And they're great. They laugh all day. They're very happy, beautiful, simple people. They've all grown up here and all don't have the vision of ever leaving. And the 3-year-old is tired. Time for bed. It's very late. I think they went to church tonight, so the kids are up late. And part of the reason I'm so exhausted tonight was I spent an hour with her today, and she is in your face, alive, electrical, and challenges me to really show up. And it's a drug, it's an altered state of consciousness to play with her for an hour. And we do awesome. And knowing her has been really beautiful and really hard because, hola. There's her dad, gonna take her to bed. My granddaughter was 3 the last time I saw her 5 years ago, and my son has taken a stance that I'll never see the grandkids again. See what I'm saying about noise? Some of them brake really hard before that speed bump. Brake really hard. So, loved and connected, and they helped me launder my money into pesos, and they're brainstorming with me about the idea of me staying on for another month or 2 in the neighboring town of Vega. They'd prefer I'd stay right here, but it's too small for me. And a week ago I spent 2 days in a big town, 56,000 person town. This is 400 an hour away, called Martinez. And I got so excited. It was a little vision of the big city. Now, the local girl that she grew up in Vega, one of the servers, they tried to hook me up with her starting from the very beginning. And actually there's been lovely chemistry between us from the beginning. And weeks ago when I guess it was somebody around the table said, hey, if you want to go to the beach, because we are near the beach. I still haven't made it, but we're near the beach. Why don't you take her to the beach? It'd be great. And I said, you want to bring your 1-year-old and we'll spend the day at the beach? And she likes that idea. And we're still planning to do it. She works tomorrow, but maybe the next day we might do that. Well, I've worked every way I can to get really clear about not using a vulnerable younger woman. And I even took the step of working hard to get her to take serious a younger guy who's clearly got the hots for her. But I said, he's great, he's handsome, he's got a beautiful truck, he's got a ranch near here. What's wrong? But she wouldn't go there. And I'm convinced I could be great for her. My path over the last 3 years especially, my big-time spiritual path for the last 4 years, but 3 years ago what manifested was Kundalini energy, the energy of sexuality and aggression, both of which I've tapped quite handsomely. And there's tremendous power in it. And I honestly have not had a sexual partner for a long time, because I've been scrupulously clean about will not use a vulnerable person. And I'm being super clean with her, but I think something could happen. And the whole reason, I'm not saying this to them, the entire reason I'm considering renting an apartment in Vega for a month or 2 is because that's where she lives, and she lives there with her mother, and we would need a place. I've got a couple weeks to decide whether to get our situation clarified. If it's clear to me that we're moving in that direction, then I will, to make it possible. And I think I could be awesome for her, and I think she could be great for me. But all that was coming to a head today. He's chasing. Mostly he chases motorcycles. Yesterday so she's been here all weekend. She works mostly the weekends, although she's working tomorrow. And I flirted with her an awful lot yesterday. And one of my ways of flirting is I do juggling and dancing, and I am a pretty spectacular dancer for an old guy. My body, especially over the last 3 years, has gotten so supple and so amazingly in tune with music. But it's been a lifelong thing, really, dancing for me. So I've been dancing and juggling all around this place. In the restaurant, if there were no patrons, right near her half the time. Or out here, when they had a patron in there today, I was dancing out here in the heat of the day, and this is very rough terrain right here, all over this place, dancing and juggling, showing off. And I've believed for a long time that dancing is how you show off what you'd be like in bed. And I think it's not for no reason. There is a connection about how free are you to use your body. So I showed off for her tremendously, and I exhausted myself. I was like a bull in heat today. I was tracking her every movement. In addition to serving tables today, they were all painting. They're painting the restaurant. And I was out here juggling, watching her standing on chairs, painting with her pretty wonderful body. And I was like, my Kundalini had risen, and I was on fire all day. So I am like super exhausted tonight. And this is tape 4 to debrief the day. I knew that if I didn't get it spoken, extrovert that I am, I couldn't relax and I wouldn't have been able to sleep. But I'm liable to fall asleep on the table. I do have to walk 100 yards down the road. Bus going through, and somebody coming home. This must be a guest in the hotel, I think. Not gonna run me over. They must have a guest in the hotel tonight. They don't have a lot. Okay, so be it. There we go. Alia greeting. It sounds like she knows them. This is maybe somebody she knows. Might be a personal visit. Mufafa settling in. 2 nights ago, Easy, the bigger dog, followed me back to the car because she just wouldn't let go of me, which created a lot of chaos because I've got 2 puppies down there who think they own me. Yeah. Okay. Night.